Imagine you were all alone, depressed, working a boring ass 9 to 5 with seemingly no end in sight. Wait, no, hold on, sorry. Imagine you were living life exactly the way it is right now with no change whatsoever, and then a zombie apocalypse happens. How would you react? The world's gone to shit, your coworkers are screaming for their lives like, oh no, someone save me, I still haven't processed the client's payments and it's already Thursday, no. How would you react? Would you run? Would you scream? Would you cry? If you said neither, you should probably get help. Here's a card. Also, take him with you, you guys are the same. Akira Tendo is your average corporate cog. Peaked in high school, played college ball, but wasn't good enough to make it a career, so instead, he's relegated to a life of crunching numbers on Excel until he dies. But it wasn't always like that. Believe it or not, the Akira 3 years ago was a completely different person. He was full of life, he had big dreams of making it in the industry, and he even had a little something with Miss Otori from finance. Hey, Aki boy, you did, didn't you, you sly dog? Slowly but surely, however, he began to see the harsh realities of the corporate world. The unjust treatment, constant overtime, not taking a bath for 3 days straight, dudes literally bragging about how much shittier their life is compared to yours. It's inhumane. And look, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I know what all that feels like. I just make YouTube videos about anime. I'm always on overtime, but I can sense when a dude has lost his soul. Years and years of slaving away, getting berated for every mistake, can take a toll on anyone. And soon enough, everything he's ever worked for, everything he's ever dreamed of becoming, none of it mattered anymore. Point a gun to this boy's head and he'd tell you to make it quick because he has a 7 a.m. meeting tomorrow. Nothing's in there anymore. You may be asking yourself, well, why doesn't he quit? Because there's one thing that's still keeping him going. Rather, one person who's making it all worth it. And that's Miss Otori. At the lowest point of his life, Akira finds himself being cucked by this guy.
Oh, これ邪魔だな。これがなかったら
Yeah, I'd probably kill myself too. It's funny because Otori was the last lie Akira was telling himself. Throughout the episode, you find him constantly lying about how his company treats their employees well with paid annual leaves, anniversary day offs, and mental health days. Even though they can't use them, he lies about his coworkers encouraging each other with good-natured competition, when in reality they're literally comparing dick sizes, but the dick sizes are the number of unpaid overtime they've logged. He lies about his manager being passionate about his work to the point that some employees are moved to tears.
Fuck you, Tifu, you little ass bitch! You squatty motherfucker, I'd snap you, twig! Don't get me riled up, little ass boy!
From his passion. This is either Stockholm Syndrome or the strongest copium known to man. But now, none of that matters. Nothing from his past is weighing him down anymore, especially since... Okay, but hear me out. Seeing Otori turn into a zombie was the final push this motherfucker needed to start dusting off his shoulders and getting his shit back together. It's like post-nut clarity to the 7th power. It's divination. And so, he runs. He runs to his heart's content. Akira turns invisible and loses his clothes, telling us that he's left his old life behind to begin a new one. Another thing I wanted to point out was, who the fuck is animating this shit, Marvel? Look, I'm not saying Zom 100 shouldn't have good animation. I'm saying it's not the first thing that comes to mind when you think, oh shit, this anime needs the combined power of gods to look good. And I don't know jack shit about the intricacies of animation, so when they make it as easy as possible for me to spot levels of brilliance in their work, then that to me is a well-animated show. The episode starts off with already 50 seconds of pure movie quality magic. And then we're hit with a sudden claustrophobic scene of Akira in his room. The colors are all muted, uniform, and lifeless to really accentuate Akira's dread of not wanting to see Otori get pounded through the door. It's only when we're given a flashback to his past that the world seems to breathe life again. Bright colors match Akira's bright personality, and even the aspect ratio changes from full screen back to movie size like the opening 50 seconds. It's almost like we're watching Akira's life unfold as a movie. And this was when I noticed that the people from Bug Films knew what they were doing. As the years went by and Akira started to lose himself, the colors started to get more and more desaturated until we arrive back to the present time when it's now completely in black and white. As we know, Akira gets chased by zombies, and in a burst of uninhibited joy, he literally breaks through the aspect ratio and turns it all back to full screen. One thing I noticed about the first episode was the amount of creative direction it had. And that's rich coming from me because I hate using my brain. In past videos, I just watch a show and poop my thoughts out, but these people made it painfully obvious that they were trying to tell me something. One fact is that the zombies were there since the beginning. They were inside us all along, no shit, because it's a zombie show, right? But even at the opening part before the zombie invasion, they were present. At all times. First in Akira's TV, then at Akira's workplace with his coworkers mindlessly working their lives away, and lastly, with Akira himself. If we're talking zombies, dude was slowly turning into one as the years went on. Haru and Kazuki love using metaphors like this throughout the episode and probably throughout the entire series. They also use their fair share of juxtaposition. What does that mean? Don't worry about it. In episode 2, Akira meets this girl who's the complete opposite of him. While he's making a list of things to do before he dies, she's making a list of things to do to live. It makes sense, you know? Unlike Akira, normal people don't want to get eaten. They've lived too long to see it all end. But that's where it gets ironic, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got this guy living to die. On the other hand, you've got her dying to live. So who's actually living here? These are all just little hints you pick up until the message is hammered straight to your skull as hard as possible. That life can be brutal, and some days you're gonna feel like you're working your soul away as time flies over your head at lightning speed, and if you let it happen over and over and over again, it's gonna take the literal end of the world to slow that shit down. So why wait? Why wait for the end of the world when you can start living now? This show was so good it had me reflecting my own life decisions, and it's only been 2 episodes. By the end of this, I'm gonna be like some fucking master guru living in the Himalayan mountains or some shit. So before I stop making my videos to live a life of solitude, go watch these 2 videos right here. Also, thanks for coming to my literary lesson today.